happening, everybody? So chess night. I hope everyone is doing okay tonight. I can't sleep. I'm wide awake. I think I dozed off earlier, but at that point I have been up all night. So since I am up, I kind of want to play some chess. I may do some news later on, but right now I want to play some chess. Now, I've been trying to grow as a player. I used to be amazingly good, and having seen my skills grade to the degree that they have, it is painful to realize how good I was as opposed to where I am now. So my wife has decided to take up the challenge of learning a foreign language. Now, she knew a bit of French, but she's trying to get a little bit better at it. I have decided to take up the challenge of reclaiming my previous skill set. And it was a brutal and vulgar, quite beautiful skill set it was. So I've taken to doing this in a few ways. One is Blitz. I've been putting my insomnia to use and just essentially sitting for 5-6 hours playing Blitz. The point in this is I should be able to stay in attention for a longer period of time and be able to still see the board and be able to play, etc., etc. This is build up stamina to a certain degree. But it's also sight and the ability to see stuff. That stuff degrades when you haven't been playing. The other thing is slow chess. That's not on a two-dimensional board. That one is going to be in person. I suspect a combination of both is probably the best way to go about regaining skills. I've seen a marked improvement in regards to game. I'm 300-400 points higher than what it was. So this is my, I guess you could say, test. Playing a game live. I don't like looking like an asshole, so I don't want to lose. The last game that I played in the series, I won. And so far I'm 1-0 in the series. There are two tracks on Blitz or on ICC. There's one where it's all takers, and in fact, let me show you what I'm looking at. So this one, if I hit this button, it's going to a 3-minute game. Anybody who comes up, doesn't matter who it is. It's for up to 400 points range or so, but it just drops anybody in and you just battle. The other one is if I do a custom seat game, I can play somebody who's approximately my rating or higher. I've been using this one as a practice one. I've pushed my rating up to almost 1800. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one. This is all takers. I have no idea who's going to come up on this particular one. The guy could be 2000, the guy could be 1400. Some of those 1400 players are wildly. Now, I am going to cut the volume off because I have the music playing. Because I need to kind of zone, get in my zen when I do this. And again, I don't want to look like an asshole. I'm going to analyze 1 to 3 games, depending on the games that come up. If the first game is good, I just do an analysis of the first game. I'll keep this short to that degree to try to keep the video under 15 minutes. Makes it a little bit easier when I come back and look, the document progress. So, all right, let's do this. Let's do it. Mission number 1: not to look like an asshole. It's like you don't want to get your ass kicked on live on television. Blaze one if you got one. That's the other part to this. I have a bliss, man. So one of my blisses is, because of the insomnia, one of the perks of the insomnia is that there is nobody up. Everybody is asleep. I can blast my radio and play chess. And usually sometime during the night, I'll end up saying, all right, let's do the news. That is a bliss. It sucks in the morning, but it is a bliss. So let's... Oh, bonk hits also. A lot of bonk hits. That always makes the day brighter, as Kamala Harris said. All right, I'm going to kill the volume to the mic, so you're not going to hear me, but you'll hear me after the game. Usually these things get dramatic because it's a 3-minute game, so it's like a punchy little game. But we'll see. Wish me luck.
Check. Check. Time warning. Check. 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 Check.
That is called a win. That is called a win. That is called a win. And that pushes me into 1800. So let's look at the game. Let's look at the game. Let's look at the game. All right. I thought he was going to go into the pure, but he does something different. I think this is called the Old Indian. Fluid center. Trying to retain a certain degree of control over the center is just jockeying for position at this point. This is a weakness, but again, this is not weak if you can't attack it, and white is in no position to attack anything at this point. Just trying to get my pieces in some kind of consolidated position. I didn't want to put him here. I didn't want to do this because I thought that invited this. And keep in mind, this is Blitz, so it's like you're looking at this stuff in like split seconds. So I didn't do that. So I put him all the way back. Screw it. I don't want to give him a tempo. And I am looking to get my pieces are jumbled. They're they're not active at all. They're for the most part. All of them almost on the back rank. This is purely just trying to develop a fight for survival itself. Alright, there are threats here with this push, with attacks on the center. Each of these pieces, the bishop and the knight, are controlling the center squares. If those pieces are shooed away and pushed away, then the center becomes vulnerable. Supports the knight, gets rid of the pin. He had to die. Like, That man had to know that when he jumped in that square, he was not going to live. And to some degree, maybe he had a better move than this. Because the moment that this is killed, it gets stopped up. The moment that you blockade one pawn, the two pawns can't do anything. They're stuck. These pawns needed to get active, and they needed to get active rather fast, especially once the pieces started to die down. But that never happened, so I get momentum. Push. This was a thorn in my ass. Now, it's a thorn in my ass because of this square. This square is weak and helpless and almost entirely undefended. And the last thing that the queen wants to be doing is defending that square. And yet, the queen is going to defend that square, because if she doesn't defend that square, that knight is going to do bad things to her. It's like, I'm not your king. This day is going to end with welts on your ass. Alright, centralize the queen with the tempo. So, I was trying to do a swindle. What I wanted him to take the square. Like, because this, I'm trying to invite this. With the thought that if he did this, that fails to this.
Check.
Or does that fail to that? Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, fuck. Maybe I'm wrong. I was wrong. I suppose I could have. Because my thought was this. Piece is pinned, but I don't know if that gives me enough for that. And that fucking knight. That's kind of what I mean. That knight is a thorn in my ass. Now, I have a... No, I don't. Right. Something needs to get started. And the problem is that knight is a thorn in my ass. Alright, so I was wrong. My analysis was wrong. We call that a boo-oucher. I thought that was fucking brilliant. Inviting him to kick my ass. Alright. So he castles. He takes safety, which is good. I bring that queen back home to deal with her responsibilities. I'm not saying that a woman's place is in the home, but in this case, her place was back at home. Right?
Check.
Still has to cut the square. I'm trying to give that responsibility to another piece, which is that knight. Again, he's on the back rank, but he's doing God's work on the back rank. Alright, now these pieces are starting to get active. Slowly but surely. I want this united pawn front.
Check.
I might have jumped the gun on this. I'm not sure. The game was going by too fast at this point. But I thought this would be a bone in his throat. The question becomes, can he attack this? Because I have nothing that can defend that. So, if he can find something to hit that piece, he's going to essentially take that piece. But he didn't go after it. Like, he should have went after it. He didn't do it. Which gives me time to cobble together a myriad band of forces to finally protect it. This was not a good game. I mean, like, there were several fuck-ups in this game. It's like each fuck-up of mine was met with a equal and opposite fuck-up by him. That's ugly. Alright. And at this point, the game is going by fast.
Check. Check.
I wonder, could I have ran? Like, is it possible for me to get away from this queen?
Check.
You wouldn't do that.
Check.
Do this. Oh, I could have ran. I could have ran. I could have ran. You would have had to come back here. Yeah, I don't know. That wasn't necessarily a great display of skill. Just saying. Gotta be honest. Gotta be honest in my criticism of myself. Let's see. Who's here? People are here for this. I can't believe people are here for this. I built my score up to 1600 doing that. I got one guy to call me up and he was yelling like mofo. That's funny. That's funny. I've read all the Dune books. Dune was, yeah, that was a good series. The word on the street is Bernie Sanders has recorded a presidential announcement. Yes. Andrew Church. I saw that. My wife came in. She bought the phone. She says, "Look at this. Bernie Sanders is about to announce." I was like, "Bernie Sanders is about to announce." Yes. Fucking A. All right. I'm going to end this because I said I was going to keep it to 20 minutes. And it's a win so far. I'm 2 for 2. I kind of want to play one more. Fuck it. Let's play one more. It's a 20-minute video. We can go one more. It's my channel. Fuck around if I want to. Alright. Be right back and I'll do the same thing with an analysis of the next game. What is going on with this? Why is this like this? Alright. I don't know what happened to my rig, but my that sucks. Alright, let's flip to the game. My
check, 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 time warning, check, 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 check,
Bollocks! Bollocks. Fuck. To be fair, though, he was rated 21 19. He's, what, 18? Like 300 points higher than me. Yeah, let's review the game. You're supposed to review your losses more so than your wins. But God, that hurt. Alright, let's... So, Queens... I guess you know Catlin. This is Catlin? Catlin? Yeah, I think it's Catlin. Alright. I tried to create somewhat of a strong point on d5 to blunt the bishop on g2. Definitely could be a monster. Alright. I wanted to cripple that side of the board, or at the very least hold up his progress. Also, piece activity. The pieces needed to be active. That bishop was going to be behind a wall of pawns for a period of time, so I gave that bishop up a better life. The problem with that is, by doing that, it releases this bishop to dominate the square, which makes me think that maybe that wasn't necessarily the best thing in the world to do. But let's keep going. If I'm being honest, that was a fuck up. Like I said, I abandoned that diagonal, and then, but that's fine. This didn't turn out horribly, and this could have turned out worse, I think. Alright. Now this is complicated for a 3-minute game, and I'm sitting here trying to get all the breaks in my head, like pawn takes, knight takes, etc., etc., etc. Sometimes you can feel your way through it. This is not necessarily something you can feel your way through. You kind of have to not let anything get taken away. Like this. When stuff like that happens, it hurts. Like, sometimes people would be at a tournament and they would be like, I don't understand. I mean, why, you know, they don't get it because they're just looking at the pieces. The drama is what's going on in people's heads. Like, or what people are experiencing while they're playing. When something like this happens, it's unexpected because you didn't see it. And because you didn't see it, it's like this jarring feeling of like somebody's like ripping something away from you. Like, it's like Bruce Lee ripping out Chuck Norris's chest hair. It's just, it hurts. Hurts you as a man. Alright, but that's okay. The position still didn't turn out too horribly for me. Pawn takes. But yes, there were difficulties, to say the least. I wanted that diagonal. If nothing else. If I was going to lose my rook, I want at least the diagonal. Alright, let's attack. Try to get some level of a position. Alright.
Check.
Again, attack.
Check.
And 56 seconds. This is not enough time to work through a complicated position. It's just not. And sometimes when you're on the attacking side, you burn more time trying to figure out how to go after the guy, and you end up losing one time. My feeling was that there's something here. I just don't have the time to fucking find it. And I don't want to do check. He comes out here because I don't have any follow-up. I guess I could just let it stay this way and just move the rook here immediately. Maybe that's a better thing. But again, this. Now, again, if I am being honest, if I'm being very honest, to keep this video for posterity, I did not see this. I was in my own drama. Like, my drama was trying to get this king. It's like, I'm going to make this fucking king. That's my thought. And the second thought was, this guy's 21-19. I'm going to mate him on fucking camera. Yes! I'm going to celebrate like nobody's business. I'm going to bathe in the blood that was his failure in this game. None of that took place in real life. All of that was in my head and did not come to pass at all. I could not figure out how to get him. So, the check, this was bad. If anything, just leave him in this position. Like, just stay there. You don't have to change anything. Fact of the matter is, if the king wants to move out himself, fair enough, but let the king do it himself. You don't need to push him on it. And you can find a more useful move. I didn't see this pawn on B6, meaning it shocked me when this pawn moved and took that step. Because then it was like, oh God, how am I going to stop that pawn?
Check.
And now he's running, and his rooks can come and harass my queen. That was a bad move. Alright. Alright. Now, again, I feel like something has to be here. Alright, harass his queen. Now, what he knows is the moment that this piece moves, he's going to take that rook. And he's going to push because I can't do anything about it. I have nothing that can get over there to stop it. So it becomes to not do that. It's probably the better move. I wasn't looking at that, however, because I didn't see this. I was looking more so at, I'm going to take that, and then I'm going to mate him in the middle of the board.
Check.
I can't get over there. Of all the powers at my disposal, none can get over there to that piece. And in fact, I am down a lot of material. I didn't realize I was down that much material.
Check. Check.
Yeah, that was the only check.
Check.
And I can't move him. It's like if it's going to be done, it's going to have to be done with these two. And
check.
It's not going to happen.
Check. Check. Check.
And at this point, this game is done. A queen can't mate by herself. If I'm being honest, this game was done a long time ago. Damn. Blemish my record. But the one is come all takers. So take all comers, I should say. When Sanders bows to Kamala Harris, that shit'll turn Jamal white. Yeah, man. Yeah. I don't know what I'd do, Bob. Like I would give you the satisfaction of coming on camera to cry, though. I would give you that. I promise that. In fact, if if Bernie Sanders comes out and endorses Kamala Harris, if they cheat Sanders, putting that massive caveat in, if they cheat Sanders, and Sanders comes out and supports Kamala Harris, I will come on camera and cry for Bob Ramirez. That's what I do. All right. I'm going to end this. Almost had 3 moves ago. Should have sacked queen. The knight takes queen. I'm holding a fart in the elevator, nervous over Bernie right now. Oh, man. Oh, Harris isn't going to make it far. Sanders will have to defer to someone else. Man, I think you are massively underestimating her, Gardno. She is just Hillary Clinton. She's just Hillary Clinton. Jamal fucking quitter. What do you mean I'm a quitter? I was only going to do 1 game. I added another game in. He broke me. What was, I mean, I did my best. I attacked him. I went after him, swinging. Alright. I'll see you guys maybe in a few. It depends on whether or not I decide to do some news tonight. Either way, I will be on tomorrow at 1 p.m. My wife and I are going to do a patron appreciation show. So that should be fun. The last one was awesome. Alright, guys. You all have a good night. Bye-bye.